expectation, so that each time the market going against you, you'll be probably expecting the other ones to play out. This video is a quick one, and it may not be that quick. I just want you to catch the grips of what I'm trying to share out with you, so that you can implement it, add it to your trading journey to make your trading lifestyle even more easier. Now let's take, for example, before we do this trend line of a thing, it's better you have a proper understanding of market structure, so that you don't get confused when trading trend line, because one of the reasons why many persons don't make it trading trend line is because they don't have understanding of a market structure. Now let's take, for example, also this is the same Euro USD we are talking about. As you can see here in this market, we are on the daily time frame. This is the current market condition. Because my kind of person, I'm not so immune with the news. I just try to stay away from the news, because I believe the news is not my thing. Guys, what we have for today is the secret of what? The secret of trend line. That is, trend line have secret. Yeah, so this secret, when you know them, you'll be able to navigate through any kind of market, irrespective of its kind. Now let's take, for example, here now, what do we have here? We have series of trend line here, and many of us count the numbers of days here. We can't even hold trade probably more than a week. Some of us, we cannot hold more than a month, probably 2 months, or even thereabout. We just want to make our money on daily basis. Yeah, we want to make our money as quick as possible and get out of the market. And most of the time, what we get is not really going to be the best option. Now let's take, for example, if you would have taken this downtrend and you consider to go like this, what did you get here? Watch out. Trend line, when you are trading trend line, there is this mentality of touch. Yeah, the numbers, the higher the touch, the more reliable that trend line is going to be. And when you are riding it continually and the trend got broken, what happened? Said go and trade the retest. Now the retest happens in different forms and in different markets. But when you don't have this understanding, you probably find yourself in the valley of confusion. Number one, secret. One of the actual reasons why trends are not working properly is because you are taking them on the wrong time frame. And secondly, now let's talk about time frame. Time frame is probably one of the biggest reason why you are losing your trade each time you are going along with the trend line. If you are using 5 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame, and 1 hour time frame, probably just because you want to hop in the trade today and get out of the trade today, the trend there may be showing you something else. Why on the 4 hour time frame and daily time frame is something entirely different. So if these two does not resonate, what you get at the end of the day is frustration. So now let's take, for example, this is 4 hour time frame. Look, this week, look at the week here. If you watch what happened, now let's assume this side of the market has not played out. This side of the market does not play out. So what did you see? What would you have get out of this place? You saw a week like this. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. You want to be in pace to watch this video. Now, understanding market structure, like as I was talking about, is this. Market structure is when market is giving you this kind of movement, it is not always going to be straight as this, but you just have to understand whenever the market is showing you or giving you something like this. So if you're not able to see this movement clearly, a movement like this, if you're not able to catch it clearly in the market, guys, simply don't trade. Because the majority of our confusion, irrespective of whatever it may be, either trend line or whatsoever that it may be, comes from this movement. There are some persons who are so good in trading just trend line. They have watched the market and mastered it to the point of each time the candlestick are forming close to their trend line, they know what they are expecting. But many of you have not watched the market up to that extent, because there are times they are saying that you don't need to stay at the market, watching the market all through the day, all the time, this and that. No, it's bored, it's boring. Never mind. Guys, you need to watch the market, either you like it or not. If you want to be good at something, you should get good at it to the extent that even in your dream you can replicate it. Yeah. Now, if we were to trend these markets now, first you have to understand the movement of this market. Many of you have known this already. So the markets create this high. Before this high there was a low here. Yeah. So the markets created this high. From this low it created this high, then it created this low again, this higher low. From this higher low it created this higher high. From this higher high it created this higher low. From this higher low it created this higher high. From higher high it created another higher low. From another higher low it created another higher high. Then after this higher high, the market broke through this higher low and it created a lower low. From lower low we created a lower high. From lower high we created a lower low. From lower low we created another lower high. And from another lower high we created another lower low. Now in continuation, what usually happens is this. After a movement like this, also, if you can see this line here now we're talking about what is happening now in the higher time frame. The market may decide to come again, and this time around it will break above this guy, come back and test this level, start going up again all the way to the top side to come up or more. I'm trying to do it so that you don't say it's a must that it must hit one particular level. Let's take for instance, some of you will like this level should get a hit. So this level should get a hit. No, it's not necessary, guys. Take that out of your mind. Just take Allahu Akbar! This time, what are you expecting? Going up, and guess what? This time is coming to take this high. It's coming to take this high. It's coming to take this high before considering going down again to retest and continue the movement. So if you watch your daily time frame very carefully, this is what usually used to happen there, or probably a 4-hour time frame. You see a picture like this. Now if you watch out very well, you can trend this thing. You can place your trend line from here and hit this third low. Now we have 3 low here, we have 1 low, we have 2 low, and we have 3 low. And if you check, we have 1 high, 2 high, and 3 high. So in most cases, after the break of this high to the upside, the market will come back, retest the high, instead of dropping to the downside, but not to break this low, rather to sweep liquidity and continue all the way back to the upside. So now let's go back to the chart. So what you can see here now is, they say the greater the numbers of touch, the better it is for that trend. Now, if you watch carefully, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened after the fifth guy? We have the third touch was with a break with full body candle. Are you getting it? A break with full body candle. Now, in situation like this, 2 to 3 events are expected to happen whenever this kind of touch happen like this. 1, you look for the order block, which is the low that created that break of that trend line. This is order block. Remember, order block is a combination of the bullish and the bearish candle. Then secondly, you look also if there's a fair value gap on that impulsive movement that broke that trend line. So this is the movement that broke the trend line. Remember, first the order block, secondly if there's impulsive movement, of which if there is, we might as well make use of it. Now let's take, for example, if you check this mini time frame, when the trend line got broken, we were having order block and the fair value gap. This is for day trading. We are having order block and we are also having a fair value gap. Does the fair value gap get respected? Actually, yes and no, because right here in the daily time frame, the fair value gap got respected and the market moved below it and respected the order block of the 1 hour time frame. And what happened? The market rallied all the way to the upside and break this high, that is the break of the trend line. Look at the movement that break the trend line. This movement break this trend line. Are you seeing it? So the market rallied all the way to the downside to retest the order block. Probably it would have been the fair value gap, but it didn't hold. It went above, it went below the fair value gap and respected the order block, and it came back and break above that that first high that the market created when it first break the trend line. That is usually our expectation. Now let's take, for example, what I'm talking about is, this is the trend line. Whenever the market breaks the trend line, irrespective of wherever it is coming from, we are expected to come retest. Now watch, retest and go all the way back to the upside, and this time around we are expected to take this level. In another word, we are looking for two things here: the order block or the fair value gap. So guys, this is it. So we're having two expectations here. One, and this the other expectation is, as soon as the market breaks this trend line, we are expecting this same market to come and retest this candle that broke this candle that break this trend line. There is a particular candle here, a strong bullish candle. This set of candles. So now this set of candles.
I come on, what am I saying now? Where did the guy run? The guy for there now. The guy died. I don't know what they do, boys. This is not the way with the start run. I don't do motor. I do motor. Last time I this start run. Why they do express? This motor no more day. You go carry car. You go do
True.
I don't want to go there. I come on, what am I saying now? Where did the guy run? The guy for there now. The guy died. I don't know what they do, boys. This is not the way with the start run. I don't do motor. I do motor. Last time I this start run. Why they do express?
Market retraced again. So if you would have using your trailing stop you would have taken your profit These two set of numbers constitutes the break of this trend. These two set of numbers is our zone. Watch my videos. Entry best this market. Watch market whatsoever market. I used to talk about this the markets. So long as this that okay, I'm set for the move, and the market will start. And the sentiment we saw a movement like this to the downside. Now look at it. This low here.
Story time, brothers. First of all, a man with lack of self-awareness, he is more like a walking corpse, or a material to be used and done.
You
can see the video of this man you are looking up there on the background, and he's being tied down like a goat. But the truth is that he is not kidnapped, he's not robbed, but he's being tied down by his own wife and the 4 children he raised through university. I want you to think about that.
So we are coming out
as reported by the CDA chairman, Mr. Emmanuel Omola of Ajomo CDA, that this man is the owner of this house and he has been living with the family ever since they packed him into that space. Meanwhile, this man was tied down throughout the 12th to 13th of March 2025 around Okofile in Robinyon, Ogun State. And the reality is that this man has worked all his life to raise the children through university, and at the end of the day they tied him down with the intention of probably getting him out of the way. And the case was reported that the man collects his retirement money, set up about 3 shops for the wife, and buy himself a car. Probably the fund is not enough. After a while, the man had to sell the car, and probably that is the problem where they really want to get the money from the man. And they had to hire some people, get some people to come and pack things, and probably slaughter the man and run away. That is why I tell you, women have the capability to live
this movement is what you should be expecting.
The whole of their life with you and still remain your enemy forever. Some of them cannot find a way in their heart to forgive you, even you have ever offended them at all. And that is the more reason I've been telling you guys that women only believe in what they are chewing in their mouth, not what they have ate. I want you guys to really get this clear into your minds. And at the same time, I want you guys to understand that your woman have the capability to turn your children to become your enemy. And if care is not taken, you are not vigilant, you are not smart enough to understand what is happening within your space, my dear brother, you might end up in a similar story.
In this process of double bottom,
thank God they are apprehended, both the wife, the children, and the abokis. They employ their service to tie the man, and a whole lot of them are all being apprehended by police according to the CDA chairman. My dear brother, you that you are thinking, yes, it cannot happen to me, it cannot happen to me. This is a man that spent the whole of his life raising these children, and this is the end result he could really get from these children. I want you guys to think about it. Be very, very pragmatic and alerted.
50%.
I know some of the women out there will be like, maybe he has done something for her. Maybe he has done something for her. I am telling you, whatever any man could really do, and this is the end result you want to pay him with. I am telling you, may God let that thing happen to your own son. If it truly is good, you'll be able to say amen. But I know you guys, my dear brothers, your self-awareness is important. Learn the game on how to play women feelings in your favor, and know the kind of woman you really don't get married to, because some women are damaged, and this is the
30 minutes time frame or 1 hour time frame.
The product you get if you end up marrying a damaged woman. This is no joke. That is why we have less men in the society. If care is not taken, you men, women, we can go extinct. I want you guys to wake up to this.
It's going to be taken.
Story time, brothers. First of all, a man with lack of self-awareness, he is more like a work
entries, or you are doing your scalping and you end your scalping here, you'll be on profit. So when you make your first money here, because at the probably because you wait and you waited, maybe you didn't take care, or if you would have been taking the trade here and you waited for the market to come and create this week. It's not going to happen always, but it happens sometimes. If it happens and you took the trade here, all your entry are going to be validated, and guess what, you can jump out of the trade as quick as possible, like as you always do. But as for me, I'll wait and come and take it somewhere here. Majority of times it works, unless some top players came into the market and they were able to move the market and change the narrative. But it's not always like this. Majority of time it happens like this. So that is why market structure is key, guys. So that is that. Now let's go back to our trend line. For the trend line, we have a retest, order block, fair value gap, called set of candles that broke the trend. So it's not always going to come down to retest here like this. So from here they will just continue their movement all the way to the upside. So markets are of different nature, but the fact is this: what makes you outstanding in the market is your preparation, waiting to see all these events plays out. Now remember, when you are trading on the downtrend, every time you are going up before this movement here,
working cost or a material to be used and done.
Remember, there's
you can see the
liquidity sweep here. Don't gamble with it, guys. You will find it in the lower time frame. Always here is a liquidity sweep. Always the market will always come and sweep liquidity. Here the same thing. The market will always come and sweep liquidity before going up. Now, for after creating this high, I'm breaking this low by creating this lower low. The market starts giving you liquidity on the opposite side. This one should be higher here, then this one, this higher should break this liquidity, should be above the liquidity. Anyway, I will adjust it. This is how it is. And the market create this low. After creating this low, then it starts creating liquidity again on the buy side. The market will start sweeping liquidity on the buy side, so until it will come and start again creating liquidity on the sell side, and it will start sweeping this liquidity on the sell side. Let me stop here. You see, this guy is to sweep this one, and this one is to sweep this one. You see, yeah, see, this one sweep this one, and this one is to sweep this one, this one is to sweep this one, and yeah, this one is already sweeping. This one is to sweep this one. Clear sweep, yeah, clear sweep. Most of the time a sweep with a wick is very sweet, yeah, very good. A sweep with a wick will give you more results. It's very good. So guys, this is what usually happen. So you see, it is important to know what happened each time your trend line got broken, and secondly, each time your trend line come to retest, you should remember that there should be a liquidity sweep in the middle, and what you should expect after the market have swept the the liquidity when it's set to start going up to go and take the high that created those liquidity. Now that is how trendline is. And another thing about trendline is that it is coming down. Each time the trendline they got broken like this, no, we're not going to use the second one, let's use from the third and fourth. Each time the trendline got broken like this, liquidity when it's set to start going up to go and take the high that created those liquidity. Now that is how trendline is. And another thing about trendline is that it is coming down. Each time the trendline they got broken like this, no, we're not going to use the second one, it's set to start going up to go and take the high that created those liquidity. Now that is how trendline is. And another thing about trendline is that it is coming down. Each time the trendline they got broken like this, no, we're not going to use the second one, it's used from third and fourth. Each time the trendline got broken like this, set to start any of these two. If you didn't respect any of these two, if you respect for another other block that was formed in between these houses, tribes. But the thing is, from here to here is being referred to as, if you didn't respect this favorable gap and this other block is being referred to as internal, because right we are on the uptrend. So if we were to be in a downtrend like this, from this high here to this low is the impulsive movement. Now this other block here and the fair value gap here is referred to as the internal, because it's inside the impulsive movement that created this low. Now we expect the market many a times, in fact almost all times or majority of times, to come and retest either the other block or the fair value gap, but this high is expected not to be taken and create for us our entry sign here, showing us that the market is set to ride all the way to the downside to come and take this low. The moment the market creates other block and FVG, automatically we now know that we are expecting a trade to play out in some time to come, not immediately. So we wait patiently for it. You have to wait patiently for it. So that is why you can take this same process, go to any other chart and apply the same process. All you just need to do is to watch carefully and thoroughly the market and place your long trades there, either short trade there, and swing the market and wait for the low or the high that was created previously to be taken. So that is what actually happened majority of times in the market. So this low here is referred to as external, and this NDH also refers to as external, while the inside is referred to as internal. So when the market come in, so long it didn't break this guy here, this external here, it took from just within the inside and it comes out and break this high here. What happened? We have broken the external. This one is referred to as external. The market moves from external to external. Are you getting it? So now we have come inside, we have moved from internal to external, internal to external. So the same thing happened here. We moved from external here, from this external here, and we created this other external here. Now the market came inside the here, because either there was something that was going on here or whatsoever, I don't know. It may be either internal or external. But now we have created this low and we have created this high. My target is to watch this impulsive movement that I can see on the market on the higher time frame. So long I've seen this impulsive movement, my target is to come to the internal of that market, seek it, and go above and break the external level, which is this high. So this high is referred to as external. the inside, the fair value gap, and the order block, or anything you can see inside here that makes you, some used to call it that's different names people used to call it. Anything you can see inside here that prompts you to take the trade is internal. So you took the trade from the internal expecting to break the external. So these events should happen continuously. That is what trading is all about. And after this event has taken place, that is when you come and it gets to a point where the internal could no longer hold. Rather, the external that was created came back again and break the internal that created that external. How are you getting it? This internal that created this external, the market came down and break below it. That is what we call a change of character. And the moment we see a thing like this, we knew automatically that this market is going back to go and retest some resistance level or support level, some level or whatsoever or the other, create some sort of liquidity sweep and start riding all the way to the downside. Yeah, more than this. Just pray you get it clear, because you probably come across a lot of videos on YouTube repeating the same process for you, but I try to make this one as detailed as possible. So after the retest of order block, FVG, or set of candles that broke the trend line, then what then become our next target. Our next target is to look for liquidity. Then we look for liquidity sweep. If you have not find the liquidity sweep, wait for it. Don't be in haste to jump into the market. If you watch some of my video, I used to measure first leg, second leg, and I used to say first leg cannot give us what we are looking for most of the time, because that first leg is going to be taken as liquidity, also liquidity confirmation. Then a sweep of that first leg should be our major target for the entry. Now let's take, for example, look at this trend now. I'm just using this one as an example. If it were to be in the real market, right here we have a fake out. But guess what happened? After the market came up, created this low. After it created this low and created this higher high, what happened? The market this higher low and created this lower low. Now from this lower low, what were we expecting? Because we have broken this low and this was the first low that the market took in the market, so we are expecting the market to come and retest either this resistance level here, or the order block here, or the fair value gap here. And when the market actually did retest it, what happened? The market will play all the way to the downside to take this first low that was created by the market, and the market repeated the same process until it gets to this level. Now, simply because if you watch this chart very well, let me change the color of this. If you watch this chart very well, we have one kind of movement here. This one is very important, guys. Watch it. You see, this one created this high, created this low, created this high, created this low, created this high, and created this low, and created this high. Now, what can you see? Now, let me change the color to black. You see, I know the chart is somehow rough, but you just have to take it like that because it's necessary, and that is how your chart will look. So if you cannot comprehend your chart, then what is the essence of trading? There is no need for you to trade. You shouldn't trade, guys, because you will lose your money. I'll tell you the gospel truth. You will lose your money. You should try as much as possible to understand the chart. Now let's take, for example, a higher time frame gave us this straight movement. You can see it. We can mark it out. Now, right inside the straight movement, in the 4-hour time frame, probably 4-hour or 1-hour time frame, we have this movement. We have this movement. We have this movement. So then, so that I can get exactly what I want. Then in the 15 minutes time frame, we have another movement again entirely, guys. So you have to watch this thing very carefully. We have another movement again like this. So this movement in the 15-minute time frame is what is confirming to us that this thing that we were expecting on the higher time frame is set to take place. So guys, how prepared are you? How prepared are you? Are you ready to get into the trade now? So this thing happening in the 15 minutes time frame give us clear picture of what the market is set to do. But the fact remains that if you did not monitor the market, if you don't watch the market from the higher time frame, how can you know what the market is set to do next? Now remember, this was the low. I was targeting this low as my POI. So probably, now let's take for example this high that created this low. What I'll do usually is like this. I usually use the market like this. Now because this is the higher time frame, we expect all this drama inside it, all this drama, and this other drama, this one that took place, and this black guy, this big move. So simply because I don't want to trade this guy here, or I don't want to trade all this guy here, or I don't want to trade this 15 minutes time frame, because of my things I do on daily basis, my other business that I'm attending to, simply because I don't want to trade on daily basis, what I do is to come and look to take a trade from this low, targeting this black guy, this black mamba, poisonous guy. So this guy can suck and this guy can bless. This guy can bless, and at the same time this guy can destroy. For you to catch this guy, it is not usually easy. Most of the time it takes days, sometimes probably even a week. But as an investor trader who want to be an investor that always come out with profit out of the market, with this guy here you can make a whole lot of money. Meanwhile, when you are trading this guy here, this red guy is usually used to one thing. It knows how to give and take. The worstest of them all is this other black guy here. This black guy can give you a lot within seconds. They are taking it back. But sometimes it will even take the one in your pocket in addition. Unless you have to be extremely careful. In fact, you have to be there, facing your screen every now and then, and every movement you are in, every movement you are at. No wasting time, no gambling. So this little black guy, I think I should change the color. Yeah, I have red. Yeah, let me change it to yellow. It's not clear, we can see it clearly. Good. Let me change it to dark. Let me change it to green. Good. So this green guy, it gives and take, gives and take, gives and take. So this red guy is even far better than this green guy and this black guy. But why I take the black guy is because I don't want to be coming back every now and then to look at what the market is saying. Because from this black guy, you can change your mindset in favor of this red guy. Are you seeing it? So each time we are trading this black guy, we're expecting to take our entry through what the red guy is saying, not what these guys are saying, because these guys are full of confusion. When you get to this place now, this green guy, when you get to this place now, this is the first leg. The first leg inside the boss, this POI, yeah, this boss here. This is the first leg. When the market came all the way to the upside and broke above this high and came all the way to the upside, this was the first leg in. It came back and retest and come back into the boss. It went out of the boss and came back into the boss for the very last time. Yeah, not the last time, but actually what happened, the market came back out of the boss and broke above this level and gives us a change of character, and this change of character becomes so clear even in the 1 hour time frame and in the 4 hour time frame. And what happened, the market came back down here even in the 15 minutes time frame, very, very clear. Also 30 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame, and 1 hour time frame. This change of character is very, very clear. So that is, in other words, go and be looking for change of character in 15 minutes time frame, 1 hour time frame, and 30 minutes time frame, and trade them. They will give you high win rate. So the market came back down and retest either the fair value gap that this red guy created or the other block of this red guy, and the market sweeps some liquidity level and it started rallying all the way to the upside. Guys, that is all. So you see that this trend line of a thing that you are talking about, it happens within the market. look at here. From here to here, we were able to trend this market. We were able to trend it from here to here. You see, so you have to understand first what the market structure is saying. When you understand what the market structure is saying, then you should be able to determine what the trend line is actually saying. This one will give you more trading opportunity and at the same time give you higher win rate. Guys, look at this trend now. What happened here? We trend from here to here. Did it resonate? No, it didn't resonate. Now the up one did resonate. Now look here. Why I'm changing it is because the same thing happening here is the same thing that will be happening in your trading, in your trading cycle, because you are facing live market. Now look at it. From this second one, third one resonate with this guy here. Guess what? The market broke through it, come back and retest this same trend line. And guess what? The market did not even respect. Let me change the color of this trend line so it doesn't give us some confusion. No, blue. Yeah. Now look at the trend line here. First touch and the third touch was what? The third touch was a break, and after the break, the market came. Did it retest those candles that broke through it? No, it did not respect the candles that broke through it, but rather it came back to retest either the order block or the fair value gap. Before it continued its movement to the upside. So you see why trading only trend line is not really the good idea. It delay your time of becoming a profitable trader from the market. It's going to delay it because it will take you a whole lot of time to watch and watch, trying to capture what is happening. So why not you take your time, embrace SMC? Yeah, embrace SMC. That's going to make a difference. So guys, the trading is no more than this. This is the trend line for you. Now here we have something different, and here we have, okay, it's almost similar thing, but guess what? When I bring the trend line to this very first high here, what do we have here? We have fake outs, we have series of fake out, but when I bring it here, the fake out was reduced. Are you seeing it? So that is why it is advisable most of the time, trend as you go. And if this was a first high and the second touch, guess what happened? We trend it. Now the second again, we trend it again. So that is how you should take your trend. Now let's take this last trend to see what we'll get. Now look at it. It did not resonate, but when we trend as we go, what happened this time? It worked. Did it work? Not actually, but it's still working. I'll show you where it works. But now we are trending as we do what? As we go. Guess what? Look at it, guys. Now we have three trends here. 1, 2, 3. Now this third trend, the first trend was just to touch 1, 2. It didn't touch again. Abi, look at it here. Now the second trend was 1, 2. No, this one is not relevant because we haven't gotten this movement yet, so this one is not relevant. I delete. Now this one, this is the second trend. What happened? 1, 2. Are you seeing it? After this 1, 2, what do we get next? After this 1, 2, the market retested this high, came back and retested the trend line. There are times you think, so long the market has retested this high, this trend line should be broken. Guys, never like that. At the end of the day, after retesting this trend line, the market should probably give us a weak or a doji sign or whatsoever for you to continue the market. And guess what? If you also remember our internal to external rules, the market came all the way to the upside and retested the internal, and it moved to break the external and created a new high. And guess what? Look at this level. This was a resistance level which later turned support. The market came and retested it, and it went all the way to the upside and broke this resistance level. Now this is support and resistance that we're also talking about now. Everything now is happening in one market, in one shot. Now the market came up and created this new high. Guess what happened? Look at my trend. Remember the trend, guys. This is the trend. This blue guy here. Let me move it. This blue guy. Don't get it twisted. So this blue guy, the market moves all the way to the upside, created this new high, and the market came down and break the trend to the downside. guess what happened? Remember the rules of internal to external, internal to external. Now, the market didn't break this low. Are you seeing it? It didn't break it, but it tested either the order block or the fair value gap. But I believe this should be the order block. You understand? That is how the market move. I'm just showing you. So forget about the gap that the gap. I mean the gap that the market will give, probably either like this or like this or whatsoever. So the market retested it and move all the way to the upside. But this time, guys, because of the strength, now you see, I told you the market will do whatever it wish. The market came up, it didn't break this high. Are you seeing it? It retested this high here and it started coming down. And before this one, if you go to your, because this is a higher time frame, remember this is a higher time frame. If you go to your lower time frame, you see a change of character here. There's no way the market will just do it like this. To give you a clue, you see a change of character here that will happen probably in the 15 minutes time frame or the 1 hour time frame. So the change of character will be here. Now the market came all the way to the upside, retest, and started coming all the way to the downside, break this low completely, and it came back up again and retest. Now we are now moving from internal to external, from internal to external, from internal to external. So now it came back to retest this internal level, either the fair value gap or the liquidity level, and also sweep this liquidity. After sweeping the liquidity, it picks from the fair value gap or the order block, and it started rallying all the way to the downside, and it breaks below this low, this lower low, and it created a new lower low, and go back to the same, come back again, and do the same, come back again. And this time around, it breaks the support. It came back to retest the support. After retesting the support, it started going to go to the upside. Guys, the market is not more than that. And in this time, because we did not take this low, we're expecting this low to get disrespected, and of which we did take the low. After taking the low, we came back to retest again and we started going up again. So this is how the movement of the market is, guys. Let me show you a live trade that I took regarding the same pattern. In fact, many of those trades you see me placed on TikTok and here on YouTube, they are all from the simple take your times. And I knew many of you will still not have not got a basic knowledge of first trade from elsewhere, and come back, let me perfect you on entry and exit so that your profiting can be showing up. With this trend line we are talking about here, the same thing applies everywhere. So with just trend line, you see you can make money from the market if you understand how the trend line plays. So it's necessary you understand. Look at it, we're using the fair value gap here. Look at it. Look at this strong wick taking the fair value gap. But tell me, if you're not in the market, how would you have taken this trade? So you should be watching the market always, and you should set your alert, set your price alert, so that whenever the price gets to that position, you should be able to take advantage of it. Now look at what happened here. Look at the movement, and immediately after we create this change of character here, look at what happened. The market went back and retest upside. It retest also the other block. The trend line with the other block is a confluence, and the market rallied to the downside and created another bigger structure, and it went back up again and retest again, other block again, and it started rallying to the downside. Look at, we finally broke this low. Guys, this is it. And if you were to trade all this smaller structure, they are all saying the same thing, they're all doing the same thing. Look at sweep, liquidity sweep, and this time guess what, we sweep with a wick. We sweep it with a wick. Look at it, this is the wick, and sweep with a wick. And when you sweep with a wick, what happened? We took the low, and after taking the low, you can take your profit here if you don't want to risk. Just a few days, 1, 2, 3 days or so, before this or so, you take your profit here and you leave the market. The market still continues to the downside and created this low, but guess what, this time the market came back again and retested this level, double top. So it created double top, and this time when it created double top, what did you get? Is it double top? I want to be sure. Okay, so it's a double top, but anyway with a wick. But it's like this one took this high with a wick, after took this one with a wick, and this time we broke, but it's a double top anyway. So it just created equal high, but after then there was a trend line here. There was this trend line here. After this trend line, it's on the 30 time frame. After this trend line, if you go to the lower time frame, there's another clean trend line here. So at the break of that trend line, that was it. That was an entry, and guess what? This time around, this low was taken, and after this low was taken, look at this. The market came back down. I used to talk about this trailing stop loss a lot. Trailing take profit. If you would have taken your profit probably because of this longer bullish candle here, or you leave it to continue running to its very last end, like let's take for example, because now we are trailing all the way from the upside here. Look at it. How many days can you fully trade for, guys? We have to stop being lazy and learn to hold trade for as long as we can. Look at this market. Now, I know many of you wouldn't want to trade like this, but nothing compared to what this market can give to you. Now, this is 24 May 2021. Hold, you hold all through 2021, September 2021. You hold and you hold and you hold that the American dollar is going to begin its trend until this day. Look at it. Now, this one will begin you a clear trading signal. If you are the one type selling signal, you will sell a signal every blessed day, because where you will have a picture of a bigger trend, and the way you see the market, others may not be seeing it like that. Look at the trend, guys. You see the power of the trend. It will save you from today jumping into the market, tomorrow jumping out of the market and be losing money and be losing money. If you just put $1,000 on this trade from here, do you know how much you cap out of this market? Even just $200 to this level. By the time you get to this level, so if you would have said, man, I've made a lot of money, I'm leaving the market, you will leave. Yes, I know for sure you will leave. You will leave the market, so nothing will stop you from staying back. So guys, that is how we trade. Trends, they are very useful in trading, most especially if you know how to use them in cooperation with your market structure. I've really taken much of the time, and I just pray that what you learn, you use for your own advantage. Guys, bye bye, and see you in my next video. Don't forget, mentorship is open. Trade wisely. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just showing you I believe is happening in the market over time. If you remember, I told you we all see the market differently. So how did you see the market? You determine how you trade. Guys, see you in my next video. God bless you. This is absolutely the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe.